mistakes. And maybe I need to start talking to him. Talk to him for sure. That's definitely probably something I'm definitely wanting to do, to talk to some of them. Not even people that went broke, but just people like legend spirit, like a Sugar Ray Leonard, Holyfield.
Yeah.
What's the other guy name? The heavyweight with the grill?
Oh, George Foreman.
George Foreman,
Yeah.
Definitely talk to them. Even Mike Tyson. I supposed to have been talking to Mike Tyson, but I ain't never got a chance. I think it's scheduled.
Tank and Ryan. Good fight. Yeah, who wins? Who do you think wins?
You gotta think Tank, but I think Tank.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a good fight.
Does he go all 12 rounds?
Huh?
Does he go all
I
12
don't
rounds?
think so 12, but it could. Good doubt it.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis has teamed up with boxing legend Mike Tyson ahead of his rematch with Lamont Roach. Their partnership began this week when Tyson visited Davis's training camp, offering guidance and closely supervising his training sessions, signaling a major shift in Davis's preparation for the upcoming fight.
Well, I think me and Mike, we somehow, like, because we played for that bank money,
Yeah.
that's why he can relate to me. Like, he can. It's not really about boxing, it's really about like everything. It's boxing included, but it's like his past. You know what I mean? You can tell when Mike talk now, it's still like
The pain is still there.
it's still
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
He spent several hours at the camp, and when reporter questioned him, he said he'd be doing this for a while. Yeah, Tank called me come around, not just to help with his boxing, but also to help tell my story. Tyson said, "Y'all know I got a great story in boxing, and I'm here for that. I've also been supervising his training to make sure he's in the best possible."
Tank, just for Tank Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know. I don't. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
What's your time? Thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
If Gervonta Davis's decision to bring Mike Tyson into his camp was his way of responding to advice about prioritizing his mental health, then he's certainly not making a mistake. The added bonus? Tyson is one of the greatest knockout punchers in history, perfectly suited to sharpen Davis's power, refine his technique, and guide him through intense drills and exercises to help him regain focus and get back.
Do you feel like you're the mini Mike Tyson? What do you call your style?
I don't know. It just, I think I'm a boxer puncher.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was
All means more than one person.
somebody that like,
So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
yeah, but I can knock you out. Like,
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson? If it was a challenge.
Tyson. I supposed to have been talking to Mike Tyson, but I ain't never got a chance to. I think it's scheduled. It's scheduled there. So, I'm definitely need to talk to them and actually like get game from them so I can give it to the people that's coming up after me. You know what I mean? So that's definitely.
Mike Tyson has one of the wildest stories in boxing history, and it's surprisingly similar to the path Gervonta Davis is walking today. Except Tyson was never accused of ducking opponents the way Davis often is. Another reason to feel optimistic about their partnership is Tyson's ability as a trainer, even though he rarely takes on that role. The last time he stepped into a fighter's corner, he helped an MMA fighter with no boxing background reach the top 10 heavyweight rankings. That was after the fighter's debut match against the world heavyweight champion, where he scored a shocking third-round knockdown. Tyson's impact was undeniable.
So you know, this is just the beginning. You hear me, Francis? This is just the beginning. We didn't get started yet. Like this. That's like, oh yeah. Relax your.
With Mike Tyson now part of Gervonta Davis's team, many believe Tank is already on the path to reclaiming his lost glory and avenging the blemish on his once perfect record. Fans were thrilled by the news, flooding the comment section with praise for both fighters and backing Davis to win the upcoming rematch. Bringing Mike into his camp might be his best move yet. One fan wrote, This could reignite his passion and drive. He still has that fire, and I'd love to see him back at his best. Another added, Gervonta Davis might finally get it right. Being teachable is a powerful trait, and he's showing that now. The combination of Calvin Ford and Mike Tyson in his corner is exactly what he needs to bounce back. With renewed focus, legendary guidance, and the hunger to prove himself, Davis may be preparing for a powerful resurgence.
They call Esau Cruz the Mexican Mike Tyson. What do you think about that? Because they compare you to Mike Tyson too a little bit. I know you say you don't think you like Mike, but you both get Mike Tyson comparisons.
I think me and Mike.
A third fan commented, Gervonta needs lessons from Mike. I remember when Mike said what they shared in common was committing crimes. That statement did come from Tyson when he was asked about similarities between himself and Gervonta Davis. Speaking on both fighters, boxing legend Roy Jones Jr., who faced Tyson in the 2020 exhibition, once said that, until Davis's draw with Lamont Roach, he considered Davis the most entertaining among them. Jones even pointed out similarities between Davis and Tyson in terms of fighting style and presence, reinforcing potential of their powerful new alliance.
I think I do have more skills than Mike Tyson. As far as like, I mean, when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than like in a lower weight class always have more skills. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike.
Roy Jones Jr. once said he's very powerful and anything can happen at any time inside or outside the ring. Tank is a modern-day Mike Tyson. However, Gervonta Davis doesn't fully agree. He believes his fighting style is quite different from Tyson's. In an episode of Open Thoughts with YouTuber Funny Marco, Davis was asked whether he felt like a mini Mike Tyson during his fights. His answer was simple and firm. No, intrigued, Marco pressed further, asking about the differences between them, prompting a deeper conversation about identity, style, and how Davis views himself in the box.
Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he'll do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank again?
It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight will happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They say the one in New York. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I want mine, but I love for it to be in DC.
Okay.
To this, Davis responded.
In response, Davis explained that he sees himself as a boxer puncher, whereas Mike Tyson was more of a brawler, making their styles quite different, at least in boxing terminology. When Marco asked if Davis believed he could knock out opponents faster than Tyson, Davis clarified, "No, I'm not saying that. Mike Tyson's got power and skills. I feel like I have the whole package. I have what Mike Tyson doesn't have, you know? I think so." On the other hand, the baddest man on the planet himself has acknowledged similarities between them, particularly in how they throw punches. Tyson has addressed these comparisons in past interviews, showing mutual respect for Davis's explosive power and presence.
When people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson, for sure. It just, facts is facts, you know what I mean? I do feel as though I have more skills than Mike Tyson. I just hold that punching power just as like Mike Tyson did when he was fighting, you know, so. And I'm gonna stand on my words.
In an interview with TMZ, Mike Tyson addressed the frequent comparisons between himself and Gervonta Davis, agreeing with them and highlighting the similarities in their punching technique. For him and myself, our stoutness of ground, as I said before, catapults us. Like being shot from a bow and arrow, Tyson explained, emphasizing the unstoppable force behind their punches. During the Davis versus Garcia fight, Tyson was actually in Garcia's corner, but after Davis scored a 7th-round knockout, even Tyson admitted that Tank had become the new face of boxing. With that victory, Davis not only cemented his dominance in the ring, but also drew massive attention from fans, making his upcoming fights highly anticipated. He now stands as one of the sport's biggest attractions and top draws.
I'm watching. And he had some good qualities. He just stuff that he did that represented me, I don't think people even picked up on it. Like what? The way he moved his head. Yeah. People don't know exactly. Yeah, what was that about? You were always doing that. No, what had happened when I had fought Bone Percy Smith, he had hit me and like that. I don't know how to crack my neck was messed up, so I had to go and the chiropractor. I don't know what the heck was wrong with it.
Despite the wide range of opinions, no one can deny that Gervonta Davis has potential to etch his name into boxing history. Lately, Tank has become more open about comparisons between himself and the legendary baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson. Known for often giving away the early rounds, Davis uses that time to study his opponents before unleashing devastating power. Power so intense it's said to drop even heavyweights in sparring. Though they fought in different weight divisions, Davis's raw aggression and knockout ability have drawn frequent comparisons to Iron Mike. Tyson, the youngest heavyweight champion ever and nicknamed Kid Dynamite, famously won his first 19 bouts by knockout and went 37-0 before being stunned by Buster Douglas. When asked about his similarities to Tank, Tyson once quipped, "I don't know, maybe just getting in trouble with the law." Beyond that, he saw a few parallels. Tank, however, embraced a comparison in a social media response, but added a key distinction. "I agree, I have more skills." That blend of confidence and humility shows a fighter who respects the past, but is firmly focused on creating his own legacy.
I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank's a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? What do they think? What do you think about experience in you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, everyone here we keep fighting.
Of indiscipline. Similarly, Davis has demonstrated destructive power in the lighter way. Gervonta Davis's confidence, both in and out of the ring, reflects his self-assured nature. While he shows respect for Mike Tyson, Davis never hesitates to assert his own unique skills and identity as a fighter. He's currently preparing to defend his WBA lightweight world title against Lamont Roach Jr. on August 16th. In his prime, Tyson was an unstoppable force in the heavyweight division, known for his aggression, speed, and devastating knockout power. Yet his career was also shadowed by personal struggles and moments T classes, with a patient, explosive style that's made a significant impact on modern boxing. Like Tyson, Davis has faced controversies outside the ring, adding further depth and complexity to his evolving legacy.
What do you think about Shakur Stevenson and Haney?
They both good young fighters.
You ever sparred with them before?
Yeah, I sparred with Shakur for my fight for my first title shot. I sparred with Shakur. I sparred with Devin too.
You all got spectacular guys in the division to fight. You guys should be able to make a lot of money in 2 years, huh?
Yeah, hopefully. If we all, fight each other.
You all got to make a pact to fight each other.
Gervonta Tank Davis has been under intense scrutiny since his controversial bout with Lamont Roach on March 1st. Although the fight initially didn't attract much attention, the outcome, a majority draw, combined with Davis's puzzling actions in the 9th round, which somehow went unpunished, has raised serious questions. Many are now debating whether Davis is overrated, especially after failing to secure a win despite being the betting favorite. Beyond concerns about his performance, there's growing speculation about his mental state and whether he's still in the right headspace to compete at a world-class level. The fight has sparked discussions about his focus, discipline, and overall readiness to continue leading in the fiercely competitive landscape of elite boxing. Boxing legend Mike Tyson recently spoke with Sports Illustrated, where he shared his thoughts on Gervonta Tank Davis's current standing in the sport. Tank is very exciting, Tyson said when asked which fighters have caught his eye, along with Davis. He also named Terrence Crawford and David Benavidez as boxers who are thrilling to watch right now. When the conversation turned to Davis's controversial 9th round against Lamont Roach, specifically the moment he took a knee, Tyson didn't hold back. "Yeah, the point should have been taken away," he said. "Regardless of what was in his eye, he did the knee, took the knee, and should have gotten the point taken away. whatever the rule called for.
Yeah, I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Mike Tyson remains a strong supporter of Tank Davis and will undoubtedly be watching closely as Davis prepares for his rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. scheduled for August. The fight will see Davis defend his WBA lightweight world title. At the press conference for their first bout, Davis surprised fans by announcing plans to retire at the end of 2025. Meanwhile, Tyson recently returned from a 15-year retirement to face YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. The bout ended in a lackluster 8-round decision loss for the former heavyweight champion. Following the fight, Davis expressed his frustration and even threatened to step into the ring with Paul himself, vowing to avenge Tyson's defeat and restore pride to the boxing legend's name.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now. I think he's got a tough fight coming. He's the top dog, no doubt about it. He's showed that.
At first I thought Tank was even like 5 or 6 rounds. I don't know. We have to see now. I got caught up.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson faced off in Arlington, Texas, in what was billed as a fight of the decade, but the bout fell well short of expectations. Though in a full 8 rounds, the 27-year-old Paul defeated the 58-year-old Tyson with relative ease in front of over 70,000 fans at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Since the fight, many in the boxing world, including Gervonta Tank Davis, have weighed in on the optics of the event. For many, it was uncomfortable to watch a former YouTuber toy with a boxing legend whose return to the ring after 19 years looked more symbolic than competitive. Tyson, a revered figure in boxing and a source of inspiration to rising stars like Davis, seemed far from his former glory. Davis, the reigning WBA lightweight champion, remains one of the sport's most feared and dangerous fighters. Known for his razor-sharp punching power and no-nonsense attitude, Tank delivers both blows and words that leave a lasting impact.
People that's around Mike Tyson shouldn't let him fight that fight. Jake Paul is a big guy. Like, he can hit. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't get the knockout. But money ain't everything.
That's true.
That's why I'm 30 years old trying to get...
Who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway? Gervonta Davis asked rhetorically in a recent interview. Davis didn't hold back, expressing that the bout had tarnished Tyson's legacy, sacrificed, in his view, for a reported $20 million payout. To Davis, that money paled in comparison to the legendary status and nostalgia attached to Primera Iron Mike, who dominated the sport in the 1980s before his career was interrupted by a rape conviction in 1992. Despite Tyson's troubled past, Davis has long cited him as a major influence, a ferocious warrior who compiled a 37-0 record from 1985 to 1989. For Tyson, the money was worth it, especially after a medical emergency in May that left him with severe weight loss and required 8 blood transfusions. While his performance may have momentarily dented his image, Tyson's place in boxing history remains unshaken, something that time, respect, and legacy are likely to preserve.
You voluntarily took a knee midway through this fight. It was not ruled a knockdown. What happened?
I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she picked grease in my shit, so the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that, the grease come in my face, it burned my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all going like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my...
Gervonta Davis is now preparing for a rematch against a man who's given him the toughest challenge of his career so far. With his second bout, Tank aims to prove to the boxing world that his performance against Lamont Roach was merely an off night, not a reflection of his true ability or legacy. It's his chance to set the record straight and reclaim his dominance.
Following the Tyson fight, tell us, exactly what expound on that.
Why wouldn't he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
Yeah.
At his post-fight press conference, Gervonta Davis apologized to his fans and vowed to return to the gym right away to prepare for the rematch. One thing is clear. Tank's retirement plans aren't unfolding as expected. He likely envisioned a high-profile rematch with Ryan Garcia, a showdown with Vasily Lomachenko, and even a potential exhibition against Jake Paul. Unfortunately, all those ambitions must now take a backseat as he focuses on redeeming himself in a crucial rematch with Lamont Roach.
Could have stopped him. It's me. It's me. Definitely my fault. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure.
As Gervonta Davis himself admitted, the chances of him retiring later this year now seem slim, given how things are unfolding. For Lamont Roach, however, there's a new layer of motivation, revenge. Although he secured the win, many believe he was robbed of full recognition on what should have been the biggest night of his career. Still, Roach has every reason to be proud. He accomplished what 30 other lightweights before him couldn't: halt Tank Davis's unbeaten run. And those weren't just any fighters. Names like Hector Garcia, Ryan Garcia, Isaac Cruz, and Yuriorkis Gamboa had all failed to do what Roach did. His performance has earned him newfound respect and firmly placed him in the spotlight.
I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But gotta go to the gym and, you know.
But Lamont Roach came seemingly out of nowhere and brought Tank Davis's dominant run to a sudden halt. Now, he has the opportunity to make that result permanent and prove that his last performance was a fluke, but a true display of his boxing skill. Roach will aim to show that he has everything it takes to stand toe-to-toe with Gervonta Tank Davis and come out on top. This time, he's looking to turn that controversial draw into a decisive victory. That's it for now. For the latest updates, news, highlights, and key moments from the world of boxing, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our quality content. Until next time, peace.